The new GeForce GTX 1080Ti has the same headline features as Titan X, with that magical figure of 3,584 cores. Although in the 1080Ti they're noticeably faster, at 1,481 MHz compared to 1,417 MHz in the Titan X. There are a few changes under the bonnet though, such as reducing the width of the memory controller from 384 bits to 352 bits, the RAM from 12GB to 11GB of GDDR5X, the ROPS from 96 to 88, and the L2 cache from just over 3MB to 2.8 MB. However, if you work it out, despite the reduction in the width of the memory controller, as the RAM runs at a higher frequency on 1080Ti, it has more memory bandwidth than Titan X, with 484GB per second versus 480GB per second. This is hardware top trumps between the 1080Ti and the Titan X results, with very close performance between the cards. To see how good the new card is, we benchmarked the two cards together, plus a GTX 1080 at maximum quality settings at 4K in one of our 3XS gaming PCs, the 3XS Vengeance Ti, using a variety of games. In Doom 2016 at 4K, both cards delivered a silky smooth frame rate close to 100 frames per second, with only 3 frames per second difference between them. The performance difference was even smaller in Battlefield 1 at 4K, with the 1080Ti averaging 73 frames per second and the Titan X an almost identical 72 frames per second. The new Ghost Recon Wildlands game proved more of a challenge though, but even then, both cards delivered a smooth 52 frames per second at 4K. So what does all this mean in terms of choice? Well, anybody who wanted a faster card than a GTX 1080 but hasn't bought a Titan X should be extremely pleased, as the 1080Ti is just as fast and a hell of a lot cheaper. The first 1080Ti's to go on sale are Founders Edition cards retailing for £699, nearly half the price of Titan X. Yes, it's still a pricey graphics card, but in relative terms, it's outstanding value for money, giving you silky smooth frame rates at 4K or VR at a fraction of the price of other graphics cards. Unlike Titan X, you'll also see unique designs from AIC manufacturers soon, with custom PCBs and coolers that should be even cooler, quieter and faster. That said though, the 1080Ti Founders Edition does run slightly cooler and quieter than Titan X, so it's still perfectly respectable. As such, the GeForce GTX 1080Ti really does have it all, and is truly deserving to be crowned the new king of graphics cards.